Hi, I'm horror author Paul Edwards. Today I'm reading Horror Monsters Magazine, issue number 9 from 1964. I thought some of you might enjoy flipping through this vintage magazine with me. Together, let's see what kinds of monster kid goodness is in here. Horror Monsters Magazine, issue number 9 from 1964 is older than I am. And its age does show in certain parts here. So it's not in pristine condition. Be aware of that. In fact, a previous owner has taped part of it together here. So we're going to get The House on Haunted Hill, Lon Chaney, George Zucco, Mothra, and The Black Sleep with Rathbone, Chaney, Lugosi, and Carradine. Wow. And all for 35 cents. Let's get going. I don't know, should I open it? I'm scared. The Cult of Horror charter member. Wow. A monster fan club. Nice. All right, so what are we going to see in this issue? Fiendish features. All right. Promises a lot. Let's see what it delivers. Horror Classics. A photo review of the greatest horror monsters of the silver screen. Mr. Hyde. Dracula. That's a good one. I like this one. The Wolfman. Frankenstein's monster. Kong, giving a dinosaur what for. Poe. King Kong versus Godzilla. Yeah, okay. That was a good introduction. The House on Haunted Hill. If you haven't seen this film, you can see it on my YouTube channel, on my All Night Spook Show podcast. So if there are spoilers in here and you want to see the film first, go ahead and do that. And then come back. And here we go. This film, of course, starred Vincent Price in all his hammy glory. Oh, wow. You get a really good photo spread here. I'm surprised. Well, okay, this is a spoiler. So if you have already seen House on Haunted Hill or don't care about the spoiler, then here goes. I'm very surprised that she was able to get away with this, laying there pretending to be dead, because all Vincent Price's character had to do was touch her, and the whole game would have been given away. This is a good picture of Vincent Price. Yeah. Price is actually my favorite horror actor, which is saying a lot, because I really, really like Peter Cushing too. But you just can't beat Vincent Price. aren't enough walking skeletons in horror movies. There should be more. I know, walking skeletons, you think Sinbad and Jason and the Argonauts, those kind of films, which have had them. But, Haunted House movie, I thought it worked really well. Okay. It's just a little much. This is one of these pictures where I'm sure it's scary in the movie, but just out of context, it's kind of funny. I'm not laughing at Black Sunday. I know that Mario Bava is a master of the genre. George Zucco. He was another great actor. George Zucco was one of these very deep-voiced actors who could make even bad dialogue sound distinguished. And he did a ton of Poverty Row films. Lots and lots of Poverty Row films. This is the only time that George Zucco ever played a monster. This is Return of the Ape Man. And I'm sure you recognize John Carradine and Bela Lugosi here. Yep. Zucco was not big on playing monsters. Other than this, he didn't. But he played a lot of authority types, like doctors, professors, people of that nature. And the High Priest in the Mummy movies of the 1940s. All right, Mothra. Out of the mystic Orient swoops this terrifying tale, which some say could come true. Really? Who says that? Flee with us while we dodge the claws of morbid, monstrous Mothra, a winged behemoth born of the atomic age, so huge it darkens cities with its shadow, casts its shade on the future of mankind. Wow, that's a lot. All right. Mothra was so huge in the original film, the 1961 film Mothra, that when they gave Mothra her first sequel, which was Mothra vs. Godzilla, released in America as Godzilla vs. the Thing, they actually had to shrink Mothra way down. In the original film Mothra, her wingspan was 800 feet. This would put her way larger than Godzilla. So when they went to do the first sequel, they had to scale her down to about a third of the height that she had been, so that it would be a fair match. I don't like this. Swooping down is the hellish horror Mothra. Well, if you've ever seen any Mothra movie, you know that Mothra is not hellish. Even the original Mothra, 1961, she wasn't presented as an aggressive, evil monster. And of course, as the films went on, she was clearly the heroine of the, that's heroine with an E at the end, of the Toho monsters. Lon Chaney Jr. The Misadventures of Merlin Jones. Yeah. Launches a loony laboratory. Oh my gosh. Hey, does anyone out there remember Lancelot Link's Secret Chimp? If not, look up, when you're done watching this, look up Lancelot Link, Secret Chimp on YouTube or something. It was a TV show for kids. You will be amazed. Photo quiz. asking if you know which film each of these is from. But a lot of them are, they give you joke choices. Like, is this from House of Frankenstein? Frankenstein meets Soupy Sales, the comedian. Diary of Anne Frank, or House of Dracula? Well, I think that it's kind of clear what we're really looking at here. Oh, Abbott and Costello meets the Invisible Man. Wow, we get the Devil's Messenger and the Devil's Partner. Pretty creepy. This is one of these routines where they would print a real picture from a horror film with a joke caption. Like, I used the same blade 87 times. Oh my gosh. The Black Sleep. Let horror monsters, this magazine, keep you awake while we probe into the brains of those in the black sleep. Oh. Oh my gosh. The happy couple from The Bride and the Beast. He's ape over her. All right, it's time for the mail order monster goodies. Oh, you can get your exploding cigars. Oh my gosh. Rubber hammer. All right, the kid before us started filling out these coupons. I wanted to make sure that there was no address or anything there, but there isn't. So, previous owner of this magazine, I'm sorry you never got to send your coupons in. These 6 famous fiends in vivid colors. Weirdo and monster crazy labels. Oh my gosh. Oh, get giant glossies of your favorite monsters. And here you get giant glossies of just werewolves only. But here you can get 7 big monsters from outer space, from 1.5 feet tall to over 4 feet tall, for $1. Oh my gosh. Monster record player and monster records. You get them as a set, I guess. Oh, and just like the 6 werewolf photos on the other page, here you can get 6 vampire photos. Do-it-yourself werewolf kit. Or you can become a vampire. Why would you want to become a vampire, though? Listen, if you enjoy vintage horror and classic monsters, check out my book series, the Mourner's Woods books. I'm self-published on Amazon. I've written a series of novels that all take place in a haunted forest. And I recapture the vibe and feel of 20th century horror films, but of course in printed form and in a contemporary setting. My name again is Paul Edwards. My books are the Mourner's Woods books. Thanks for spending some time looking through Horror Monsters Magazine issue number 9 with me. I'll see you in Mourner's Woods.